fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing. Big show coming your way as always. Saints are back in town. Did I say? I'll introduce the boys in a minute. I was going to burn it last week, but we're back in town. Tigers are they're our next defeat. Is that right?
Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
No, we're going to defeat the Tigers. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. A couple of guests in tonight. Women in Recreational Fishing Network is a great thing and been going for about, I think, 3 or 4 years now. So I will find out the details later. But a couple of guests. Amy Day, you're number one. One of the worst leaders of 2020.
Last year.
We're in 20. Yeah, the worst year you could be.
Right in the monks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the gap year, but that's all right. I can totally back onto the 2021 team.
So welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Tiff Newton, no stranger to talking fishing. You've been on before. Now that was, I would have said it wasn't that long ago.
I think it's probably going 2 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
But it feels like, not long ago.
When do you reckon WRF started?
2018.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, International Women's Day.
And were you in the first? It was too.
Yeah.
And were you in the first group?
Yeah, first group. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Me.
Ads. Been a big week.
Weather's turned it on, hasn't it?
Well, it went from 30 degrees and the Saints losing to it snowed down to 700 metres and the Saints won.
Yeah, hell froze over and the Saints won.
I love this world. But anyway, Trelly.
Howdy.
Did you get that cold snap up there?
Yeah, we did, yeah. I think I got it in my head too.
Yeah, okay.
Cold snap. Yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, the fishing's been really good. The cold snap's on. So,
Later in the show, we're going to ask you about what do you do different about cod in the colder months versus the warmer months, because surely it changes.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it up in a minute.
The season closes, that's what changes.
Yeah. But what a remarkable week. I mean, we went from probably, a lot of people said it best Easter on record, with weather-wise and all that.
Superb.
Yeah. And then it just snowed.
Isn't it just stereotypical Melbourne, though? It was 30 degrees.
Well, statewide,
and then the week after it was 13.
Actually, I reckon it was bigger. Steve McGorry from Shimano, who lives northern beaches, New South Wales, lit the first fire. I saw it on Facebook,
there you go.
So it's everywhere, isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah.
You would still fish through it, Amy?
Gave it a fair crack.
When did you fish? What was last time?
Easter Sunday and Monday, took my dad out. I think we showed
you were on catching
whiting
last week. There you go,
So
you were too.
Dad hadn't fished since he was a young little kid, so that was pretty exciting for him.
Really?
And he wouldn't touch the fish, and at the end I had the whiting on his fingers. So
does he say to you, what the hell are you doing in this WRF network?
Well, I think more like he was like, fishing's a bit, and then he got out there and he's hooked now. So and he sees what we do and how much we love it and how much we go. So I think he appreciates a bit more now. So
Tiff, we were talking to you earlier on before the show about just getting back in love with fishing.
Yeah.
Because you went, you did comps, you did a whole lot of stuff, but you're just back to loving fishing, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just really getting back down to beginning fishing, starting with, bait fishing, surf fishing with the family. And I was telling a bit of a story at dinner earlier there was a young kid down at Port Melbourne and he was asking me, what are you using, what are you catching? And it turned into like a mini fishing clinic. Yeah. And it's just getting back to basics.
Did you charge him?
yeah.
No, I might next time.
Got his number.
But I think you and I are in contact around Christmas and you'd kind of said, just backed off a little bit sort of thing. And next minute there's a big picture of a cod, you haven't backed off at all.
Secretly fishing.
The old social media, we're keeping an eye on you, don't worry about that. Catching big cod, bigger than I've caught.
Bigger than I've caught.
Maybe not Trelly, but you're doing all right, Tiff. You're doing all right. So, all right, got to move on, folks. Let's have a look at what's been caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
I've got to talk about this before we show the picture.
Yeah, this is good.
Adam, if there was ever a deserved Catch of the Week, number one prize winner, this young man walked into the shop at Tackawell Cranbourne, and I reckon he was shaking.
Yep.
And he just said, "Do you have scales to weigh a fish?" We're going, "Yeah, we've got scales." He goes, "Do they go over 30 kilos?" And we're going,
You won't need them, you'll be right.
Nothing around here for 30. And then he gets his phone and he goes, "Oh, well, I've got this mulloway. I haven't slept. I've been up all night." He's been out fishing on Western Port. This would have, I can't even remember what day it was. Would have been last Thursday.
Was it early?
It was Wednesday. I thought it was certainly after last week's show. But anyway, let's get into it. Have a look. Troy Wallen. 30. Well, it bottomed our scales out at 30 kilos.
He actually needed all 30 kilos and some.
Far out.
And
we had to get him a step.
I was going to say the step. So the step was necessary for him to lift it and hold it.
Yeah.
And you kind of hear in fishing a little bit the term, fish of a lifetime thrown around a little bit.
Yeah.
That is legitimately a fish of a lifetime. You can fish a lifetime and not see that fish come out of Western Port.
People could spend like hundreds of hours trying to catch a mulloway that big.
And it was it was insane. And no disrespect to Troy, I didn't think too much of it. No. He had a fish to weigh, it was all good. And then one of the boys walked back in the shop and he goes, "You got to come and see." You have to come and see.
I'll tell you what, if Jerry was here, he'd love to catch a fish like that, wouldn't he?
Jerry would.
He might.
Of course he would.
He might one day.
Jerry is Amy's partner, by the way. So he loves his fishing. He just struggles a bit, doesn't he? You out fish him a lot, don't you?
He's a battler.
Yeah, he's a battler.
It sounds like a special kid.
All right.
A special kid, all right.
Amy, I tell you what, you're going to be co-host in a couple of weeks. All right, let's keep going. We've only got through one. Bill Camboris. Have a look at this lovely cuttlefish. Cuttlefish. Lovely calamari of Queensland.
I'm offended.
I reckon there's some big calamari.
Yeah, it's starting to get there, isn't it?
Already?
It's starting to get there.
Yeah.
It's a good fish.
A very, very proud granddaughter sent this next one in. Rodney Richmond. Let's have a look at this.
Oh, it's a great
cracking snapper. Limeburner's Point.
Where's that?
Deep into Geelong.
Deep, right in Geelong.
Right in the heart of Geelong.
Nice.
That is a nice fish.
That's a serious snapper.
That's right, yeah.
I heard Rodney
fish.
likes watching the show a little bit too. So
Good on you, Rodney.
Good on you, Rodney. The next one, have a look at this. Now, we must say, this fish went straight back in the water because there is a slot limit now down in the Gippsland Lakes. But Brodie Meathers, have a look at this. Staff member at Tackawell Cranbourne, 1.4 kilo brim.
Nice.
He's been chasing that brim for a while. It's a great fish.
Good fish. Well done.
So it was outside the slot limit?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's slots 32 now?
To 40?
Oh.
What's the slot?
I thought it was like 28 to 32 or something.
I just thought I'd ask.
27.
Doesn't really
I
matter.
don't know. Are we meant to know that stuff? I probably should.
Jerry, no.
Someone will text
We need to get someone from Fisheries back.
Someone from Fisheries will text us the slot limit for brew because we actually got no idea. All right, have a look at the people fishing for gummy sharks.
Yeah.
It's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is a big one. Have a look at this. Tony Bauer, Gummy Shark Lakes entrance.
Oh, wow.
That's a monster.
When you almost can't see the angler behind the fish, it's a serious fish.
It's as wide as him.
Is he giving it a cuddle? What's going on there?
Well, how else do you hold it?
I don't know what's going on
Good
there.
effort.
It's almost making love to it.
Jerry would hold it like that.
Anyway, it's a good gummy. Gummies are also, at a good eating size, a great thing for a photograph too. And Tom Caney got a beautiful one down at Port Welshpool. Have a look. That is a cracking gummy for a table size.
Yeah, that's
isn't
the eating size.
Pan size compared to the other one, but
I was going to say it's a tough follow-up. That one, isn't it? We apologise, Tom.
that's right.
Let's go inland.
Andrew,
Let's go inland. Some
first.
good inland fish because, let's face it, a lot of those fish were caught before the weather came on Friday. It turned to
nasty.
Terrible, Andrew Kettler got up to Woody Bullock Reservoir.
That's down your way too, isn't it, Trelly?
Lovely rainbow
You shot
trout.
of the Geelong boys?
Yeah, that way,
Good fish.
Nice.
Lovely
Nice
rainbow
fish.
trout.
Yeah, little fat one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like
Good
Jerry.
nick. And lucky last, this is a cracking fish, Trelly. Danny Coltish, 110 centimetre cod from Lake
wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a ripper.
That's a good
Beast.
one.
Yeah, look at the size of that thing. That's a beautiful thing.
They're good fish, aren't they?
They are. Look,
Yeah,
my whale's
that's
been firing out.
insane.
Over Easter was just mad. There was a lot of big fish caught there.
A lot of people fishing, a lot of people
So,
water
yeah.
skiing. A lot of people still water skiing there.
Yeah,
Or-
they were. Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't
yeah.
worry the cod.
No, don't worry the cod unless you leave the the hook arrangement in his mouth and let him go. He's a yellow one, but you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little grips.
There you go. If you would like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au. Go Pies!
Yeah, I wanna go fishing.
Chloe Malloy out of the finals. Sad to see
Congratulations
it.
on a solid
Oh,
season,
great season.
Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
great season.
I think on the, it might even be tonight, is it? The front bar, they're actually doing like the equivalent of the Brownlow for the AFLW.
Oh, good.
Chloe's got to be in there with
That's
the
awesome.
chance.
Yeah,
She'll be
100%.
A great year. Coming up next, Fisheries news, including how you can track some tagged mako sharks live from home. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
And welcome back to Talking Fishing. Amy Day and Tiffany Newton from the Women in Recreational Fishing Network joining us tonight, and plenty of stories to tell yet. Even though you've thrown Jerry under the bus 3 times, Amy. It's all good. It's all good. But a bit of fisheries news first. Let's kick it off. The Vic Fish Kids free clinics are on these school holidays. The first one was held, thank you, last Sunday down at Tooradin.
Yeah.
Down at Tooradin, and plenty of fish were caught. There was bream, trevally, mullet, salmon, and a fantastic day, even though it snowed down to 700 metres. Got a few photos to show. Have a look at this. Kids just having a ball.
Oh, they got the net out for that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It was good. Now, one of the things with the Vic Fish Kids program, and there was another one held at Torquay today. Photos come through a bit late, so we didn't get them up. But lovely trevally there. Is you need to register. So, Trelly this Saturday, is it?
Saturday, yep.
This Saturday at
10 o'clock
Shepparton.
till 4 o'clock.
Yep, people need to register if they want to go.
And don't register, race across the park, pick up your rod and reel, and then bugger off. I'll be onto you.
All the kids do get a free rod and reel, don't they?
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But, yeah, it's you want to enjoy the moment and...
Yeah, it's there for kids.
And just have
That's
them all.
it.
But there you go, vfa.vic.gov.au, /Vic Fish Kids. Make sure you register if you're going to head up to Shepparton for the event on Saturday. But from all reports, a great day at Torquay as well today. So well done to Victorian Fisheries in, these COVID...
Yeah.
The COVID
back into it.
era that we're in, that they've actually got that event going.
done.
So this is a really interesting one.
This is
This is
unreal.
going to blow a few people away. The headline's all about mako sharks, and there's a project that's been funded by your fishing licences to learn more about short fin mako sharks. It's well underway. In Victoria, the distribution and genetic connectivity of these sharks is sparse, or sparse. How do you say it? Sparse?
Sparse?
Sparse. No,
Sparse?
sparse.
That means they don't know a lot, isn't it?
Uh,
Yeah. So we're studying them to understand. Hey, someone else wrote this stuff.
Intelligent bunch.
Yeah. So we know the brim slot limit, by the way. It's what was it? 28.
Up to 28.
28 to 38.
28 to
Even we've
38.
learned something tonight.
We worked that out. Someone texted in. So we're studying We're studying them to understand their distribution, movement characteristics, and habitat preference. Well, I'll tell you what, it's all over the shop. But could you imagine if you got given the job, I want you to go out and tag a mako shark. That's right. You'd count your fingers before you leave.
That's okay.
You'd bloody count them on the way back, wouldn't you? Now, let's have a look at a few photos. Corey Green, who unfortunately is not watching right now because he said if you could put this on after 9 because he's watching Married at First Sight. I'm sorry, Corey, but we're actually on a little bit. It's 12 minutes to 9. But there's Corey. Now, he's got a mako in the little tray there. It's all good. Mako's... I
couldn't imagine the mako's happy about it.
I don't know how it's behaving because normally they go quite wild. There is... Now, let's hold this photo up there. Hold that there. He's... Actually, it might have been the one before that. Can we go back one? Can we get guys in the tech?
What's he doing? That's a good photo.
Have a look at this. Is that the one? He's got the spanner in his mouth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he's actually bolting the tag through its fin.
Wow.
We're going to see a photo in a minute. We'll go to the next one.
Plant.
He's got the thumbs up to say he's got all his fingers left.
Nailed it.
Right. But have a look at this next photo. If you saw this in the water and the fin come out, you're swimming off Gleg Hour. You go, someone's got their remote control shark out, haven't they?
That's right.
Look at the mechanics hanging off the fin.
Jaws in the 80s.
But that's what they do. They're actually bolted the satellite tag through the fin.
Wow. That's intense.
Now,
this is the best bit.
I
didn't get eaten.
Oh, sorry.
You guys all saw this today, didn't you? The thing. This is an interactive map, right? So you can go onto the website, in Victorian Fisheries Authority website, and you can actually have a look. Now, it's not 100% live where you're seeing it swim every 10 minutes, but when the shark comes to the surface, it makes contact with the satellite and you know where it is. And then next time it goes down, next time it pops up, you know where it is. Let's have a look at some of the movements of the mako sharks. It's just remarkable. There's all 4 sharks. 2 were caught at Portland. Sorry, 3 were caught at Portland. And 1 was caught out of Port Phillip Heads. Let's have a look at the. I think it's the red one.
Look at the ledger.
So that's the male one, isn't it?
There's the male one.
Yeah. So there was a male and 3 female sharks tagged.
Yeah. Notice the male one. Take notice because we're going to bring it up again.
What did he do?
Just notice. See, it's like a straight line going west.
Yeah, he went over the shelf and he virtually swam well into South Australia.
Yeah,
and he's there on holiday.
He's out of there.
Didn't realise there was border closures.
Not COVID safe this
All right, let's have a look at the next one. He went the other. She
went
the
a couple of stops. She was shopping.
Went round King Island, grabbed some lobster, bit of blue cheese, bit of black Angus.
Ran in circles.
Took a bus tour.
It's my kind of shark.
Across a bit of land.
Down to Tassie. Round Hobart, had a look at Port Arthur. Probably up around St Helens right now. How good's that? Now you can see all this live.
And what?
Getting some oysters on the way back up.
Yeah. Do you reckon that shark would have liked Kilpatrick or natural?
I reckon.
Oh, God. Seals, I reckon.
maybe more seals.
All right, let's have a look at the next one.
Yeah. Oh,
This one,
my God,
out of Port Phillip Heads.
It's travelled a long way.
Yeah.
And got really confused towards the end.
That's right. Can I just say, if you were swimming in a southern New South Wales estuary recently, you might have someone zapping around your legs. Like, if we can't zoom in on television, but if you zoom in,
we zoomed in.
It grew legs and walked.
We walked on the land.
Well, you can actually see that it did walk across Wilson's Promontory.
Yeah.
It must be something to do with when it pops up to the surface.
Yeah, that's right.
But, so don't discredit that as being poor information. Although at the moment it is about 150 k's inland from
a lot of circles.
Incredible though.
It's a lot of circles.
Well, Narooma is a beautiful place. I don't blame.
It's gone up the mountains, but unbelievable. And I think we've got one more to have a look at. Have a look at this. Caught off Portland.
Yep.
Is currently on the continental shelf eating swordfish off Lake Entrance, I guess.
Heading east.
Getting east, yeah.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah,
Amazing.
That's incredible.
I saw this today, Dave, when you sent us the link, and I was completely blown away like this because normally with fish there's a pattern. Clearly not with a mako shark. Every single they went different. They all went different ways.
There was a pattern.
Well, Charlie, there was one glaring, I guess.
Pattern.
Well, not even a pattern, but it was a fact.
Went west.
Yes.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Females went east. The females went round circles. The male didn't do one circle. There's a pattern forming here. I don't know. Draw any conclusions, or put any aspersions on male, females?
You might not know. What's the plan? Are they going to keep tagging more makos, or are they going to follow these four for a little bit?
Those four. I think they're quite expensive, the tags.
Yeah,
so.
because that is insane information. Like I was blown away that there's zero pattern. They all went different ways about it. It's insane because normally a fish would. Fish normally are pretty predictable.
Females.
You're right, Charlie. They only went two ways. Yeah. We will get Corey Green on the show, but we've got 2 more shows after this till the end of the season.
Next
season. We're going to have a break. We'll get him back on. And we can't get Corey on while Married at First Sight's on because he watches that.
You have to change time slot though.
Couldn't get him into the studio because he's watching Married at First Sight. Corey Green, head of squid science.
It also dominates makos now.
Yeah. and he's done a lot of good work in kingfish.
Quite
so anyway,
diverse.
that's the end of Fisheries News. So
there you go.
Yeah. Good
Nice.
stuff.
So, now we have you ladies in, and I'd like to ask a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Now, Tiff, what actually got you into fishing? Tell us a story.
Well, I actually had to call Dad to refresh my mind on the way here. I was like, Dad, how did I actually get into fishing?
Yep.
And I sort of already knew the basic background of surf fishing as a family, on holidays. And I can remember even, fishing at Noosa with a hand line and that. But it was mainly just family time and fishing on holidays.
Yeah, a lot of it starts like that, doesn't it?
A lot of it starts that way.
Noosa with a hand line.
Yeah, just in the estuaries.
Anyone would fish with a hand line at Noosa now.
Well, we definitely were. That's what we did. And
Yeah.
Dad said we had little collapsible rods as well. So
There you go.
yeah.
And Amy, besides a taste of tuna oil, what's your fishing?
We'll be never doing that again, that's for sure.
That was at a Trelly Spectacular, wasn't it? Yeah, one of those stupid
I
events.
got really competitive. I just joined WRF, and anyway, that's irrelevant.
No, it's not very relevant.
How did you get into fishing?
I met my partner, as everyone's well aware, Jerry, a couple of years ago, and we went squid fishing. So when I first started, I wore this lovely jumpsuit, and I thought, that's what you do. And then I got all ink all over me, and I soon...
Did Jerry tell you to wear a jumpsuit?
No, I was just trying to impress him. Makeup, hair done. I just thought it was the thing. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But
Trelly does the same.
now we're
Makeup,
footy
hair.
shorts, no makeup, and some sort of
just
old
enjoy it.
fishing.
You got an Instagram page or something that makes you famous or anything? Or what have you got?
Well, Fishing with Amy, which Jerry started, which just was a bit embarrassing,
Cute.
but I enjoy posting and it's fun, and I get so excited catching anything, really.
Yeah. What's your both of favourite fish?
Oh, to catch or to eat?
No, to catch.
Ooh, that's good too. Good.
Maybe we should ask both questions.
I don't know.
Run out of time, they're yelling at us
I
already.
do like catching salmon off the surf.
Do you?
That is fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
They fight hard.
Yeah, they go well.
Yeah.
Amy?
I'd probably just go for both King George whiting.
Yeah.
Once you hit that sand hole, you just
Jerry
go pretty
does know
hard.
what he's doing when it comes to
Oh,
that.
yeah, definitely.
Gets his marks off other people.
Yeah,
but-
and I usually grab the first rod and push him out of the way, and
Very quickly,
very competitive.
favourite fish to eat, Tiff?
Definitely flatties.
Yeah, love
Good
it.
table fish.
Amy?
Oh, it's pretty clear. I reckon
Say
whiting.
always.
Yeah,
Both
or
good tips.
tuna raw, just straight off the fish.
Yeah, there you go. All right. We're going to go to a break. Coming up next, product of the week, and Cara heads into the kitchen to make a pie. Guess what sort? Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
We have been inspired by the cold weather, and that's why we have a pie warmer for product of the week. It is insane how many of these things we've seen leave our shops in the last couple of years, because there is nothing better. Well, actually, I won't say nothing better. The easiest way to lose motivation on a boat or off the beach or fishing out the back of the car is to be cold and hungry. We can't do it. We can't do anything about the cold.
I don't think there is anything better. The smell of a warm pie on a cold day on a boat is the bomb.
Well, just knowing there's something half decent to eat on a boat when you're waiting for the tide change to happen.
Yep.
These are so good. Now, and they're not just for boats, mind. Yes, they are high-grade stainless steel. They come with an Anderson plug attachment, but what they also have is an adapter that comes in the box that clips onto that Anderson plug, and basically you can plug it into your cigarette lighter.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
So whether you have a caravan tiff or your boat, the back of your car, like whatever, you can take this with you and have a warm pie or a sausage roll, or I've had people that reheat last night's spaghetti in it.
You can cook a roast in it.
You can. It is a proper, legitimate oven. It's not just to throw something in and leave it in for half an hour and it might be kind of lukewarm.
I have one on my boat.
You can cook a meal.
That's awesome.
Amazing. And it's getting to the point where when new boats are purchased, they're actually getting the fabricators to build a spot for this. It is part of the boat.
Can we open the front door?
Yeah. So you can easily fit 4 pies in there, no dramas.
Right, well, there's a shelf.
Awesome.
4 pies and a sausage roll.
If you've unpacked all that adds, and
Well,
You got it, mate?
I'm going to try and get it back in the box to get it over. But
We get it.
there's a tray in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can legitimately cook a meal in this thing. And
Is that a timer on the front?
yes, timer.
Yeah.
Is that the timer?
No, that's the thermostat. Goes up to
The other side.
180 degrees.
There we go.
180 degrees.
180, which is heaps warm enough for pie.
Yep.
Although we're going to hear different from car in a minute.
Oh, yeah, 180 degrees.
Yeah. There's a timer that you can just set it and then...
Just want to heat it up.
Blows up.
It'll go ding.
I reckon you can actually keep the same pie in there for like a month. Just to warm it. No, just to warm it up to get the smell. Because I reckon equally.
It goes to 180 degrees. You can get the smell in 3 minutes.
The smell.
I reckon equally as eating a pie is the smell of the
Oh,
pie.
it just it makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel when not much is happening. When you can open that up and have a warm pie or a sausage roll, don't forget the tomato sauce. Don't put it in there. But
You can't eat one without a
no,
tomato
you
sauce.
can't. No, you can't be having a dry sausage roll. It's no good.
But you know what? Very shortly, apparently they're changing some laws in Victoria that every bakery in Victoria must sell scallop pies. So they're trying to push that through legislation.
Oh yeah, it was brought to my attention. I'm maybe a week late with the pie warming because we had scallop pies out of the microwave last week.
But in all seriousness, the other thing is with these things, they do sell out every winter. They'll be gone by May. So we don't even get to winter, and they're sold out. The manufacturer's got none, and they're just gone.
Yeah, they do.
It's incredible.
Every year it happens, and I always say to you boys, order like 100, order 200
They are that
or whatever.
good, but they are that good. So they are proper marine grade stainless. So you don't have to worry about any of that. I cannot speak
Can
highly
almost
enough
smell
of
pies.
I'm like, have you sold that one, or can we do a deal on the way?
Tiff's got it for the caravan.
Yeah, you better take them in the caravan. You can take that.
All
They're
right.
very good. Excellent.
Talking of pies, and we're not talking about the Collingwood Football Club because they're
I'm
gone,
shattered.
by the way.
No, we're just getting
Gone.
started.
Safe's on fire again.
Oh, here we go. Next week you'll want to burn
I'm
it
Collingwood
again.
net as well, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
Devastating.
You're
What?
Collingwood as
Nothing.
well?
Never see. Yeah, I am.
Serious? Jerry said you were nice. Only reason you got on the show. What are we doing? Oh, Cara. Cooking
Cara,
pies.
yeah.
Have a look at this.
Well, with the Worth Girls on tonight's show, that calls for a celebration and it calls for party food. Now, we've heard all about the scallop pies on last week's show, so we're going to make scallop party pies tonight. I'm going to make a lemon, white wine and creamy sauce that we're going to put our scallops in. So to get started, a couple of sheets of paper towel, and we want to dry our scallops off really well so that when they sear, all the moisture is out. So we'll pat those dry with the paper towel, and we will sprinkle a little salt over them, and then these little guys are ready to be seared. Into a hot pan, I've got some olive oil which is heated up. We're going to place our scallops in and we'll cook them approximately 1 minute on each side. We don't want to completely cook through because they'll continue to cook in our pies. I've removed our scallops and they are resting aside. So into here I'm putting in a tablespoon of butter. So once it's started to turn a little brown, that's when we're going to add our wine in, and we're going to let this simmer away for about 2 minutes. This is reduced down nicely. So to this we're going to add some thickened cream. We'll give that a good stir. I'm also going to add some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Don't be alarmed if your cream splits, it will come back together. We're just going to let this simmer away for 2 minutes. To thicken up our cream mixture, I'm going to add corn flour, which I've mixed with a little water. And this will thicken in a couple of minutes. And keep stirring because we don't want lumps to form. We'll be able to whisk these out. So it's thickening up, so we'll take that off the heat and then we can mix in our scallops. And we're ready to make our pies. To make our party pies, I'm using a party pie maker. If you don't have a pie maker, you can use a muffin tin, or you could also use a little foil tins that you can pick up at any cheap store. So using the cutter, I'm going to cut out 4 bases and 4 tops. So the larger ring is for our bases, and flipping that over, the top is for our lids. We're going to start by putting our base pastry in. Poke that down. And we're going to fit 2 scallops in each little pie. These smell delicious already. And we'll close those off with the top. I'll continue to fill these. Now last little lid, on he goes. We'll close these and we'll come back in about 5 minutes to check on them. Let's say our party pies are cooked, so we'll have a little peek. And they are. These look lovely. Oh, they're hot and they're crispy. Perfect for any function, finger food, cocktail. In fact, girls, I'm thinking our next Women in Rec Fishing event, we're going to have to put these on the menu.
I never knew there was such a thing as a pie.
He's so overwhelmed over here.
Yeah, he is. Behind the times, though.
I got no idea there was a pie
pies for years.
You've made pies before.
Yeah, slow cooked rabbit, slow cooked
rabbit,
wombat, whatever you do. Lamb, roadkill.
Did you just say wombat?
Anything on the way home?
Not too bad. These are fresh.
Bit of
Have you done rabbit pies before?
Absolutely, yeah.
Have either of you got a pie maker? I mean,
I don't, but
No.
I've got the ramekin. You know, you do it
the old school way.
Ramekin, like the little. Put the pastry in there.
Little tin type thing.
It's like a jaffle.
Yeah.
You sort of.
There you go.
Not really.
Wow, I'm amazed at that.
There you go.
Great recipe.
I like it.
And
Yeah, good.
How easy was that
Well
to
done,
do?
Cara.
We've gone from Apollo Bay to Cara.
Yeah.
I'm tipping Cara's would be pretty
I
damn
was going to
good.
say, I
that's
wouldn't
pretty
be,
good.
I wouldn't be putting that past Cara. It's pretty
All
good.
right, coming up next, Kramer's Mailbag, and we chat
Sally.
some more with Amy and Tiff about the WRF network next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worslam's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
All right, a little bit of mailbag. Let's kick it off. Brett writes in and he goes, you can get scallop pies in Hampton. This is the problem. Though, this is the problem. The scallop pies are at the Tasmanian grocer at Hampton. That's a bit like make a boomerang from China, isn't it? You know, like made in China.
I don't know. Are they cold or hot?
No, what we want is Victorian scallop pies. We don't want Tasmanian imports.
I'll drive to a
Why would you? Yeah, why would you import scallops when there's 979 tonnes about to be caught in Victoria? That's the whole point of it, Brett. Is you don't want to ban the Tassie scallop pies in Hampton. I say.
I'm with you, Brett.
Yeah. All right, Clint writes in, "Hi team, great shows. Can you let me know the hot spots at Lakes Entrance?" It was probably too late because he wrote last week, but hot spots at Lakes Entrance ads.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Brody Mathers. We saw his 46.
How about we give him this tip? Listen to the listen to 3MP this Friday morning. Our 3MP Talking Fishing podcast, and we'll get all the tips from
we speak to Brett Geddes.
From Brett Geddes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ryan writes in, "Do you fish differently for cod during the colder months, Trelly?"
Yeah. You put on more clothes. Well, it's easy, isn't it? Well, it's a stupid question.
Well, no, do you? I mean, are they on the surface more? Are they?
Right. So,
you know,
I'm with you now.
What do you do? Do you have to do anything different? Do the cod, are they slower?
No, actually, they get a bit more active leading into these next couple of months because what they do, they try and fatten up and get going for the shutdown, like a bear in the woods. You know, they go and hibernate. So. Yeah, not so much differently. Probably big baits and things like that, and spinner baits and all that sort of thing around structure. But yeah, probably not so much differently.
All right, this one's a bit of debate, I reckon, because I'm not aligned with this. Andrew writes in today, with the massive decline. Right, so it sounds like going down the gurgler. With the massive decline of flathead numbers in Port Phillip Bay of the last 20 years. Is there any reason why flathead are not reared in hatcheries and stocked into Port Phillip Bay? Adam, what do you say about that?
I would say, without knowing any of the actual facts, I would say the flathead seasons in Port Phillip Bay are actually getting better. And it's not to be disrespectful. It's just from working in a tackle shop.
Yeah, I have.
I've never seen more. That 45 to 55 centimetre flathead coming out of Port Phillip Bay.
Now, they're probably blue spot yank flathead, and I don't think there's been any decline in them. Sand flathead, I think if you went back 20 years ago, right, this is my opinion only, so again, no facts. Snapper were in a bad way, right? Scallop dredging had just ceased. Snapper were in a bad way. King George whiting were nothing like they are now.
No.
Right? So what was the dominant species in Port Phillip Bay? Probably flathead back then. When you've got the snapper seasons we've had over the last 10 to probably 13, 14 years, which have been some of the best, and we've got some better ones even coming. When you've got calamari seasons like we have now, which are unbelievable, when you've got King George whiting, you can only have so much biomass, this is my opinion, in a bay. So what's suffered there as one of the lower species is probably the flathead. Well, they've all got to eat. They've all got to eat.
Yeah, I guess it may be one of the implications of better seasons elsewhere, but the point's probably coming from the stocking that we saw in the Gippsland Lakes with the dusky flathead.
Yeah.
I just don't know how that would translate to a bay situation. I mean, a dusky flathead finds an estuary and probably spends majority of its life there, whereas the bays being so much bigger, a lot more competition, a lot more things that are probably feeding on
the flathead
too. But I don't know. Without the science, it's hard, but my gut feeling and my opinion at the moment is the flathead fishing is slowly getting better, and we'll probably find that's a cycle thing, Dave. Like you said, the snapper fishing a little while ago was horrid. And then we had one of the best years ever. We're getting towards that time frame again where we're going to see the best snapper fishing ever, and the science actually says it. Everything runs in a cycle. It's frustrating when you want to get a feed of flatties and they're all of a sudden palm, but it's getting better.
Yeah, we're not at a stage where we need to stock flathead in Port Phillip Bay.
Not yet. I don't think so.
All right, if you'd like to write into Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you have to do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
All right, we've got Amy Day and Tiffany Newton in the studio from the Women in Recreational Fishing Network. A couple of questions about WRF. Tiff, you've been around since the first year.
First round, yep.
How many women are in the WRF network now?
About 2,750, and it's growing every day.
Yep.
So,
are you seeing growth outside of Victoria now?
Definitely.
Like there's nowhere else that does this.
you definitely notice more women from other states joining because I think they want to see what it's about. As well, and there's a bit of a fun culture within the WRF network as well.
So good inclusion, Amy, of those. Even if they're interstate, they're still included
so.
in everything.
Now it's sort of abroad because I don't think any other states really have what us Victorians have. So it's actually nice to see all the coral fish up in Queensland and across the other side.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
When do you reckon it started?
2018.
Or 18. Yeah. Is it the biggest? I guess, or is it the only women's fishing network in Australia?
Yeah, I reckon
I'd probably say the biggest, and the only one that
is
that I sort of
really
around at that level anyway.
Yeah. Trelly, Jacqueline is a big part of it. She was a leader.
Last
20 was she in your
she
group,
was
Amy, or the one
round
before?
2, I reckon.
No,
Round
she was
two.
the one before.
The one before.
Yeah,
So
so I'm the third, so she was the second.
Probably 2019.
Yeah.
Still active?
Look, she's still active. She still fishes with little Charlie, her son, so she's still active in a lot of ways as far as fishing. She might not be active as far as the Facebook thing, but Karen, as far as Bendigo,
in Bendigo,
in our Bendigo store, you girls are stars. I really do consider stars, and Karen's a star too, because she's one of the
she's
first
fabulous.
girls on.
Karen led an event at Ngambia the other week.
Yes.
300 people in the audience.
Correct.
Was it?
Women in recreational fishing, and and there was a lot of missed out, I think.
Yep. They had to turn them away. They were just shocked to the numbers that are coming through.
Was it a female audience or both?
I think it was a female audience, but I think there was a few males. It's just to support their ladies, which is a great thing. I mean, you need that in some respects and all the rest of it. So there's a bit of a balance sometimes. So very successful.
Now, it's simple to join, isn't it? How do you join the WRF network?
Simply just get on the Facebook page, Women in Recreational Fishing.
Yep.
I guess that's, you just jump on that Facebook page, so just write that in and...
But I couldn't join. No, I couldn't join.
Same answer, Amy.
I was like, is that a trick question?
I mean, even if I put lipstick on, so there must be a little bit of a process. You can't just go, click, I'm in.
Yeah, you've got
what happens?
A few questions, and it's all moderated by VFA as well. So they see what's posted, and it's good. It's a great initiative.
It's real positive as well. I've found I follow a lot of other fishing pages, but everything's very positive, and there's no sort of hatred towards anything. I feel it's very, very
which
positive.
Is unusual for social media.
Every comment seems to be really nice and encouraging.
Can you see one day you'll say, I'm going to go to Hamilton Island. Is there any women in recreational fishing? And I go, bang, we're going to get you on the coral trout and what you're talking about.
Really?
That's what we have to go to,
Yeah,
it's great.
We're going to ask you what you've learnt from WRF later on, not now, but because they're yelling at us to go for a break. But we're going to ask you about what you've learnt from WRF, because I think if we had a network for guys, I mean, you go back to some of that. What was that old thing? Fishnet.
Fishnet.
Remember that? I mean, that was terrible. That was a slaughterhouse. If you had an opinion, 50 people slaughtered you on it.
Oh goodness.
It was suicidal. So anyway, and it's great to see this sort of thing is here. Coming up next, the all-important hotspots, and we're going to ask Amy and Tiff what they've learnt from WRF. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron is a trailer boat and social club on Port Phillip Bay. The club has a great range of facilities, including multiple boat ramps, ample car and trailer parking, boat wash and fish cleaning, fishing competitions and boat safety lectures, boating activities and club events, a restaurant and 2 bars. Easy launch and retrieval makes for a relaxing time on the water for you, your family and friends to enjoy. And boating memberships are now available. The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, the best trailer boat experience on the bay.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for, Fishing Hotspots, brought to you by the Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, Melbourne's premier trailer boat club.
And we are lucky enough to be joined tonight by Amy Day, Tiffany Newton from the Women in Recreational Fishing Network. Great to have you ladies along tonight.
Thank you.
So good. All right, let's get into the hotspots. Trelly, over your side of the way. I mean, another windy weekend coming up, unfortunately. But a lot of west in it. lot of west. Might go a little bit southwest, might go a little bit northwest, but a lot of west in it. And if there's one place I reckon that is the best place to fish for King George whiting in a westerly, is St Leonard's, the capital of Port Phillip Bay.
Protected a bit, which is great.
Absolutely.
And as the weather gets a bit frosty, Dave, St Leonard's will continue to fire for the whiting, won't it?
Absolutely. Well, does it ever stop?
Well, I
we
guess
keep saying it works.
Well, you'd almost say it's a winter fishery.
Well, you say there's no whiting season now. I mean, they actually fish all year round.
It's pretty good.
I agree.
It's amazing. I mean, you'd be out with Jerry a lot all year.
Most weekends, feeding the whole of Mornington, really.
All right, another place, if there's a little bit of south in it, is good because you don't have to go out too far, is Rye, down on the Mornington Peninsula, King George whiting around. Plenty of them down there as well, well into the 30, 38s, 39 centimetres.
Yeah, okay.
Good fish.
Nice.
Down there.
Do you reckon I could get there in the kayak?
No.
Absolutely.
We should do a segment, Trelly's marine safety advice. That'd be a great segment, wouldn't it?
You use the little lane next to the big boat.
Yeah. But what about when there's a southerly and he's blown offshore? You probably get to
there'll be a boat somewhere.
You probably get to Port Melbourne in 4 days. You'll be right.
We'll come pick you up in the big
I was going to say, just in time for a clinic with Tiff off the pier.
Did any of you see the footage of the Spirited Tassie on Sunday?
Was he getting hammered by 11 metre waves?
No
thanks. You could do some damage now then.
All right, let's keep on track. If you're heading over to Western Port, one of Amy's favourite spots is Stony Point, King George whiting.
Absolutely.
Love it along there.
Nearly fished
absolutely. Out there most weekends, so.
Feeding most of the
we're always Western Port.
What about your dad? Your dad, you said he hasn't fished since a kid.
Yeah.
But do you take him fish?
No, well, he's asked for 2.5 years, and we took him the first time the other weekend.
But you don't even take him fish to eat, though?
Yeah.
Oh, you
we
do?
took him up. Yeah, he wants us to take it home, fillet them all, vac seal them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
None of this and then we'll freeze them and then, bring them in a gold platter for him. So.
We're going to get on with hotspots, but we should ask whether Jerry's going to ask you to marry him. No pressure. Marry you, sorry. Not your dad. I know your dad would like that. No pressure. Okay, let's Tyre Bank. The Tyre Bank, here we go. Whiting and calamari at Tyre Bank. Amy, you love that spot as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely for calamari.
Let's head inland. A couple of really good places this time of year because...
Controversial one here, Dave.
Yeah, easy to fish. Easy to fish. It's not the true up the back of the lake sort of thing. The Tarrago River at Druin. So just off the highway. You don't have to go far. Off the highway, there is some beautiful brown trout along that little stretch there.
Nice.
They're not the big ones that we traditionally see just before the end of the trout season, but a great place to fish. The other one is there's some stonkers being caught at Thornton.
Absolutely.
And
this is from last year's stocking. I was going to say,
they're old fish.
Yeah.
Well, because of COVID, no one could get up there when they were actually released. You caught a stonker, Tiff?
No, I haven't.
Have you been up there for them or?
No, I haven't fished for them. No,
little spinners or drifting scrubworms.
Yeah, definitely on the list.
The river would be running quite low, Charlie?
At the moment is, yes, because of the no demand on the irrigation, and they're holding the water back. So, the river between Thornton Way will fish really
for
good.
stonkers.
I'll have to get Jack to take me out.
Yeah, there you go.
Your daughter take me out.
Oh, Jack, that's right, yeah.
All right, let's ask the big question. What have you learnt from Worth, Amy?
Honestly, I've only been fishing for, a couple of years now. I think my biggest thing is it just gives you confidence, and you go out there and you show the girls, and they show you back, and it's actually good to see a lot of other girls out there giving it a go, and they're not sort of shy. And as we mentioned before, like in tackle shops, it's predominantly men, and now it's nice to see a lot of women actually going in there, getting the gear, having the knowledge.
So was it intimidating to walk into a tackle shop?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, even
still.
Because not so much now.
We still only see one, maybe not even, Adam, 1% of women. Trelly, you got a little bit different up in the country, haven't you?
Yeah, we see a lot.
But we're still only 1% or less of women.
Yeah, and majority of them are still coming in with partners and bits and pieces.
But you'd be confident, Tiff?
Yeah, definitely. But go in and know what I need to get.
You're close to the source now.
Yeah.
So you've got to ask probably a girl outside the ring who would come in and ask that.
I was going to say,
not being disrespectful, but,
do you think because your confidence has grown within fishing, you feel as though you can hold your own?
Yeah, definitely. I know, like, first time I went into a tackle store, I actually took Mum with me as well by myself because I'd caught a fish and I wanted to know where I could get it mounted. So
I guess
I took Mum with me.
That's why Worth's so important. If it's giving that confidence, then they've got the confidence to look into a tackle shop.
It was a brown trout.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you get it mounted?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, named it Troutasaurus.
What a name.
Yeah, I caught it Bullameri. It was 3.72 kilos.
Oh, awesome.
First brown.
So is your mum in Worth?
No, Mum doesn't have Facebook, but I can work on that.
So Tiff, I mean, you know, you said you started fishing early.
Yep.
What have you learnt from Worth? I mean, you would have met a lot of friends.
Definitely made a lot of friends, and it's been good to see that there's actually a lot of women, you know, who do fish. Because I always used to think, there's not that many women, there's not a lot of young women that fish, but there's actually quite a few. So it's been good to, and even to watch the journeys of the other women coming through in the different, you know, round 2, round 3, and just seeing their journey. So that's been amazing.
Well, you mentioned off there before, but the first time you met Cara, who does the segment for us on the show, she was quite shy.
I thought she was quite shy.
Now she's punching out segments of her own on the show.
She'll be starting a new show on Channel 31 soon.
She's doing a great job.
So how do you go and size a fish? Do you swipe left or swipe right if you're a big one?
Well, I'm not single, Charlie, so
all good. Thanks for coming in tonight, Amy.
Thank you.
Tiff,
Thanks
always a
for having us.
pleasure, and you two will definitely be invited back and you know, join us again next season.
Hope Jerry pops the question soon.
Yeah, I hope Terry
Maybe
does.
on the next show.
Your dad's probably hanging out anyway.
He definitely is.
All right, that's it for Talking Fishing. It's all over. Sorry, we hope you enjoyed the show. Next week, we are joined by a couple of fisheries officers to hear all about life in the job, what they come across and how good it is to be a fisheries officer. It's going to be a great show. Until we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.